everyone, so today I want to talk to you about Monardo or Bee Balm. Last year I planted a lot of the Monardo Bee Balm in the beautiful bright pink, and I got them on sale at Home Depot and they did really well. But I know that eventually I'm going to have some problem probably with the Monardo because they are prone to mildew. So I want to share with you the ones I'm going to be growing this year, and I'm going to be starting them from seed that are the most resistant to mildew. And then I also want to share with you some of the solutions that we can use that are organic versus chemical to deal with powdery mildew when it happens, because it also will happen to other plants like delphinium. So eventually we're going to have to deal with it, so we might as well have some solutions in place that will handle it and that we can somehow save the plants to keep them going in the garden. Monardo, most commonly known as bee balm, is a beautiful striking flower that is a staple in many gardens. Monardo is part of the mint family. Monardo fistulosa is one of the hardiest perennials in the Monardo family and the most mildew resistant, but is still susceptible to mildew, but more on that later. It is also known as wild bergamot, which I will be starting from seed in a couple of weeks. It grows in zones 3 to 8, and I'm a zone 3, and it comes in lavenders and pinks. The flowers appear late summer, and plants grow to a height of 24 to 36 inches. The panorama mix is a very popular perennial. It is hardy in zones 4 through 9 and is an annual in the colder climates. This plant has single to double blooms and comes in shades of lavender, salmon, magenta, scarlet, and pale to bright pinks. It's great for arrangements and as a cut flower. You can also eat the leaves and the flower itself, and is useful to be added to salads, sprinkled over fish, and to garnish desserts. Its flavor is minty and a bit of a spicy nature. Lemon mint, also known as lemon bee balm, is another variety of Monarda. It is an annual variety, so it's not a perennial, and it comes in shades of lavenders. The blooms are thinner than the other varieties of bee balm, and it has more of a spicier taste. Once again, it is editable, and it grows to a height of 30 to 38 inches. So now that I've discussed some of the different kinds of Monarda or bee balm that you can get for your garden in both annual and perennial versions, I want to talk to you about a problem that plagues these plants, and it's called powdery mildew. I've mentioned it earlier, but powdery mildew is a fungal disease. It looks like a white powdery substance, and it appears as a film or spots on the plant's leaves. This powdery mildew can spread to the rest of the plant and infect it completely if it isn't gotten under control fast. Now, the best way to treat powdery mildew is with a fungicide as soon as you spot the disease on the plant, and then you want to continue to treat the plant every 2 weeks. The fungicide should contain a bicarbonate solution. Now, if you don't want to waste time trying to hunt down and find a fungicide in your local big box store, you might want to consider making your own. And it's a very easy solution. All you have to do is mix 1 tablespoon baking soda and half a teaspoon of liquid soap in 1 gallon of water, and put it in a spray bottle and spray the plant liberally, getting on top of the leaves, under the leaves, and all over the stem and flower. You want to make sure you covered all affected areas. And once again, you want to do that every 2 weeks. The other option that you have is, or in combination, is you can remove all the leaves and flowers from the plant and any plant debris from around the plant, as well as the top 2 inches of soil, and dispose of all of it. You then want to make sure you disinfect any tools or equipment you use after it's been in contact with an infected plant. There is also neem oil spray is another alternative to treat powdery mildew, but you still want to use it every 2 weeks on the plant. Now, as for all the doom and gloom and all the problems with powdery mildew, I still feel that bee balm is a worthy plant for any garden. The benefits it provides to pollinators and hummingbirds outweighs the problems that we as gardeners have to deal with. The key to making sure that you don't get powdery mildew is lots of air movement around your plants because they tend to clump, and to make sure that you water at soil level instead of watering the leaves. And getting on top of any issues, the minute you see a leaf that shows signs of powdery mildew, remove that leaf and start treating it, because powdery mildew can move to other plants such as delphinium. I've seen it on my delphinium before and had to treat them. So that would be my recommendation with regard to how to care for Monarda. But don't be afraid to plant it in your garden, because it is a beautiful plant and it does provide so many benefits that I think the benefits outweigh the hassle for us gardeners to deal with any pets or problems in the garden. I hope you found that information beneficial and it provides you with some options so that when you do encounter powdery mildew, you don't feel that your plants are a lost cause. I think we can find ways that we can save these plants using organic solutions and help the garden flourish, because powdery mildew will happen to your plants at some point in time, whether it's bee balm or it's delphinium or some other plant. It's just something that we deal with in our climates because we never know what Mother Nature is going to do. So at least this way we can apply some of these techniques and save our plants and keep them flourishing for years to come. Thank you for watching this video, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.